Welcome to the Battle Zone. This is AWL Strong and Free, episode 34, and we are jumping straight into the action with the first of not one, not two, but three championship matches. And here comes a proper Canadian champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, one submission or knockout inside the winner, and it is for the Animated Wrestling League Canadian National Championship.
The true Toronto star, Amy Wade, multi-sport athlete from the University of Toronto, undefeated in the league, 9-0 in her AWL career, and that puts her pretty close to the top of the Joshi division on either brand. She's nowhere near the likes of, a Dragoness or a Akira Mederne in terms of longevity, obviously. But undefeated, that's impressive. And she's calling for the microphone, maybe some words to say here. Okay, the Canadian National Champion calling her shot. But in order to make that deadline, she's going to have to defend the title 4 more times in the next 6 weeks, including this match right here against the United States, against the United States, Edith Surreal.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Edith Surreal. And her opponent, she is the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Canadian National Champion, tonight making her second title defense, fighting out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Amy Wade. And this is an officially sanctioned Canadian National Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League, AWL Commissioner presiding. The sound of the bell, AWL Senior Official Joey in charge.
Oh, Joey, you've changed. Alright, that's what it's all about, the Canadian National Championship. One successful title defense on the belt and under the belt of Amy Wade. Will she make it 2 against Edith Surreal right here, right now? Bang a gong here on 30 minutes on the clock in this championship contest. To start us off here on AWL Strong and Free, before we get into the action, as the action begins, please hit subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment, and tell us that you want more Animated Wrestling League action. Edith Surreal's been impressive in her 3 matches that she's had this season here in the AWL. Unfortunately, still looking for her first win. I don't know why she's getting the title match here, but that is entirely up to the AWL Commission. The Grand Championship, the Tag Team titles, the Joshi title, Joshi Tag titles, which will be defended later tonight. That is all determined by the AWL Best 4. The Contenders titles, Canadian National Championship, and over in Japan, the Intercontinental Championship, those are decided by the whim of management. So the AWL Commissioner basically booked this match thinking it would be a good one, and I think as far as styles go, this is a good clash. Amy Wade is a striker and a brawler. A very technically skilled one, however. Whereas Edith Surreal is a grappler. She will tie you up in knots. She's a submission, not exactly a submission specialist, but she is a wrestler. She is a grappler, well-trained, out of the Wrestle Factory, and of course has forged her own path since those days, going up, big frog splash down on the outside! Edith Surreal doing damage. Imagine if her first win in this league were to be to win a belt, to win the Canadian National Championship belt, and to take it away, and for an American to take it away from Amy Wade, she would have a conniption. Not only losing her her championship, but her undefeated win streak. Ooh! Edith Surreal said, hurtling into the steel steps. And no, the referee not going to get to continue his count here. Remember, 20 count on the outside under AWL rules, though falls must take place in the ring. Title only changes hands on pinfall, submission, or referee's decision on knockout. TK, whether it be KO or TKO. In the event of a countout or a disqualification, the title remains with the champion. And under the rules of the Contenders Championship, that's a successful title defense. That counts toward the 5 title defenses you need to cash in the Canadian National Championship to challenge for the AWL Joshi title. A title currently held by the United Kingdom's Lady Smooth Jessica Kidd. As Edith, Surreal, and Amy Wade trying to figure out what a wrestling ring is, let's go over some of the matches we got for you tonight. In the main event, the World's Tag Team titles to be defended in a match where I'm not rooting for anybody. It's the Augments of Dr. Jigoku versus Ganba Shadows from the Pit. It's going to be the Supernatural versus Super Science in our main event. In our semi-final, or our semi-main, if you will, there's no such thing as a double main event, because only one match can go on last. The Bird and the Bee, the reigning Joshi Tag Team Champions, will make their third title defense, or attempt to make their third title defense, against Monster Union, the cat, the dog, the unholy alliance, cats and dogs wrestling together. There'll be mad hysteria in the semi-final of this wrestling program, as the most Canadian submission hold on the planet Earth, all Canadians, not a particularly well-known fact here, all Canadians are born knowing how to do that move. Canadians come straight out of their mothers knowing the sharpshooter. And we're getting a "This is Wrestling" chant as Amy Wade going up to the top rope, not her usual milieu. Oh, but the elbow drop, and that's why she doesn't do that very often. Elbow drop from the top, but I do like that Amy Wade is and her repertoire. She's adding the submission move, sharpshooter, that she's born knowing how to do. She's trying to add these top rope techniques to go into her kickboxing background, to go into her gymnastics background, to go into her powerlifting background. Those are the three sports that she's done at the collegiate level. A multi-sport athlete, one of the most talented finds for the AWL Dojo in a long time, and going up, and oh no, Edith, I don't know what Edith Surreal was looking for there, but it didn't work. Into the cover, we got 1, 2, kick out. As we're about to hit the first time call of this 30-minute time limit bout.
5 minutes of the match. 25 remain.
5 minutes have elapsed, 25 remain. We are having some audio issues tonight on our PA system. Hopefully that will clear up as we go. Wait a minute, quick little roll-up here. Small package for the 1, 2... No! That was close. I'm pretty sure Ophidian taught her better than that. It's Real getting out of a bad predicament, but she's been knocked loopy. No! Kamigoya surpassing the gods of Canadian wrestling. Over the top rope. Oh no, Edith Real able to hang on, at least momentarily. Oh no. Edith Surreal showing grit, guts, and determination, but now she's trapped in the ropes as the Canadian National Champion having her way with Edith Surreal, and down she goes. Oh, face first onto those maybe a couple of centimeters thick protective mat. Oh God! Amy Wade showing her vicious streak here, just stomping away at her opponent with a demonic speed here, demon speed. Oh man. Oof! I know you can't pin someone on the outside, but can you knock them out? Kamigoya. Well, yes you can, apparently. Amy Wade with a knockout victory on, yes, being confirmed by the timekeeper. A knockout win on the outside. Let's see. I don't think we have a good shot of that. Let's see what we've got on the replay here. Yeah, that was the setup for it. The Kamigoya, we don't have the actual connection now.
Here's your winner, the AWL Wrestling League Canadian National Champion, Amy Wade.
2 down and 3 to go for the Canadian National Champion. Unbelievable. This is good. That would be a hell of a clash at the season finale if Amy Wade can pull it off, and she knows he is on the road less traveled, and it is a road that welcomes the undefeated 10-0 true Toronto Star. Moving over now to the Joshi Tag Team Division, once again we are jumping straight into the action. Augments versus Tiger and Dragon. Dr. Jigoku's creations, these bastardizations of the mad science, is not the only ones we're going to see tonight, as the male Augments, or the male built, or the male programmed Augments, are going to be in our main event challenging for the World's Tag Team titles. Dr. Jigoku has been making a campaign over the last couple of weeks that the female Augments, who are undefeated this season, should be in a championship match against, well, now either the Burden Bee or Monster Union. We don't know who's going to be the tag team champions of the Joshi division by the end of the night. But Dr. Jigoku is arguing that they should get the title shot. They should get the next opportunity. The Augments should. And if they can pick up a win over Dragoness, who's one of the top wrestlers in the history of the Joshi division, and Spring Tiger, who's a former Joshi Tag Team Champion in right, there's an argument that could be made here. At least they should be in the best four. Now remember, the best four for the Tag Team division, the rankings for the Tag Team division, reset every season. So time is running out if Dr. Jigoku wants to get the belts on his female Augments by the end of this current calendar. 15 minutes on the clock in this non-title match, and Code Green by Dragoness won. Only one count, the daughter of the original AWL champion. Doing pretty well right now. This particular tag team of Tiger and Dragon and Tiger, which harkens back to an ancient alliance between the Dragon style and the Tiger style. The Dragon Dojo and the Tiger style, they were in the AWL history books, way back in Season 0. Dragoness's father, Dragon, and the progenitor of the Tiger Dynasty in the AWL, are Tiger Mask 1. We're a tag team back in the day. And this sort of the next generation version of that here in the Joshi division. As Spring Tiger was springing off of that white rope, doing a lot of damage here and taking control of the match, trying to stomp away at her opponent while she got the momentary height advantage. And that may have been a mistake. Oh, Hurricane! And Spring Tiger came to play tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Going up to the top rope, double stomp, but she misses. Recovers fairly quickly, and look how she gets immediately into a guard. Immediately gets her forearms up to protect herself, and that is what has kept her in control of the match at this moment. Ooh, there's a nice little Tiger Salt into the cover. 3 minutes in, one, and only one. Spring Tiger coming into this match with a record of 23 and 24 in her AWL career. Dragoness right up at the top of the division with 49 and 28 for AWL record. And now Project Kaiju, the newest of Dr. Jigoku's Augments. We usually see it in an enforcer role. Very close to getting a victory there. This is only Project Kaiju's third match in the AWL. We usually see it accompanying Dr. Jigoku, accompanying the other Augments to ringside. There are currently the 4 active Augments, all of which we'll see tonight. As Dr. Jigoku looks on with his plan, I think, to conquer tag team divisions on both sides of the unfortunately binary gender line here in professional wrestling. We're working on that, we really are, but we're limited by programming. 10 minutes, 45 seconds approximately on the clock. As Spring Tiger, collar and elbow tie-up. Spring Tiger will not back down from this very large individual. And look at that! How somehow, that's the Tiger-style training, ladies and gentlemen. That's the training in the Tiger's Cave that gets you that kind of strength, that you can get someone that much bigger than you into the Tree of Woe position and still have the wherewithal to take advantage of it. Project Kaiju trying to smash her way free. She does so, but immediately gets caught again. She's getting He's getting out-techniqued here, not necessarily out-wrestled, as this has been a striking bout so far between these two. And a tag made, tag Kogeki. Oh, assisted shot right to the abdomen.
5 minutes for the lap. 10 remain.
Big back body drop by Project Kaiju, countering whatever Dragoness was going to try and do to capitalize on the momentum of that tag Kogeki, that tag team attack. Maybe trying to get to a neutral corner here, but once again, the smashing elbows of Project Kaiju, who hasn't tagged in her partner, Project Titan, in a while now. And notice how Dragon is trying to position her body between, yeah, right there, position her body between Project Kaiju in the corner, unable to maintain that, however. Uh-oh. Argentinian backbreaker position. This can go a very, very... Oh, TKO! Backbreaker into the cutter. And Dragon is crawling for the corner, and maybe a bit of a glitch there, as Dragon is able to make the tag. Project Kaiju, the AI not entirely computing things correctly. Collar and elbow over the top rope, down to the floor goes Dragoness. Your legal combatants right now are Spring Tiger and Project Kaiju. Boom! Belly to belly slam. Straight into the cover. 1, 2. Dragoness nowhere to help. And Spring Tiger able to get out of that on her own volition. Oh! Corkscrew shoulder breaker. And nothing Dragoness can do to help. Take a look at some of that action on the instant replay. The belly to belly, that was the beginning of the end. The big elbow strike, or the big corkscrew strike, that was just detail.
Here are your winners, the Old Battle.
Well, with that kind of a dominant performance, I hate to say it, but Dr. Jigoku may have a point that his Augments deserve a Joshi Tag Team Championship match. They are officially one of the best in the division this season. You know what? Let's let the men have a match. Why not? Unfortunately, that means we have to put up with these guys.
The following trios contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from the pay window. The trio's combination of Max, Smashmaster, Blaster, Massive, and Black Rumble. Together they are the Devastation, Corporation.
Those of you who may know or remember the Devastation Corporation from other promotions may be wondering, where the hell is Sidney Bacabella, the longtime manager of the group? Well, short version, he hates the country of Canada. Apparently he and Stu Hart had a falling out back in the day, and he has absolutely no relationship with Mad Dog Vachon, or Jack Tunney for that matter. So I don't know, so yeah, there's some kind of bad blood there. So he essentially agreed to franchise out the Devastation Corporation to Thug Life Tanaka Kenichi, who couldn't be bothered to show up tonight. And in the AWL, in the Canadian branch of the league, Tanaka Kenichi is now the official manager, though he is paying Sidney Bacabella for the privilege. I just don't know where the hell he's getting the money. We don't pay him that well. It's going to be interesting when and if, and let's face it, when, Tanaka Kenichi's checks start bouncing. Time for a blast from the past.
And their opponents, introducing first, making their way to the ring, the tag team combination of the penultimate fighter, the technical wizard, the Masters, and the suplex masters. I mean it. Together they are the New Classics.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see a reunion, a rejoining, a reunification of probably the first ever babyface trio we ever saw in the Animated Wrestling League. we had tag teams. We never really had a trios team before the man you're about to see brought together these two technical wrestlers and decided to use a very specific Lucha Libre term by its original definition. Technical wrestling. Technicos.
And their partner, making his way to the ring from the smoke-filled arenas of yesteryear. He is the inventor of professional wrestling, and a Matt Classic! Also, they are the Technicos!
Sorry for the interruption there, let's leave that in. Matt Classic Sr. also rank 2 in the AWL Best 4. So he's got an opportunity possibly to once again main event a match in the Tokyo Dome for the top title in the Animated Wrestling League. But tonight, he and his boys have got to get through the Devastation Corporation. Belly-to-belly slam by Max Smashmaster. And Max leading the charge on the technical wizard Lee Masters. There's going to be our mixed martial arts. It is our mixed martial arts expert versus one of the better powerhouses in the history of the independent scene in the United States. A tag mate to the Suplex Master celebrating his 20th year as a professional wrestler. He's still a rookie as far as Matt Classic is concerned, of course. And the tag is made. In comes Flex Rumble Crunch, the greatest name of a professional wrestler of all time. We're going to the back here, collar and elbow tie-up. Flex. Looking to drop his opponent across that top rope. Blocks the kick. Ooh, and a nice strike by the Suplex Master, who's a technical wrestler. He's a suplex expert, but here we go! Ties him up! And then modified T-bone suplex. And takes advantage. It was way back in Season 0 that Matt Classic, who makes his entrance to the ring right here, right now, originally decided to bring together the best technical wrestlers who were kind of lost and aimless at the time, frankly. Young at the time. Relative rookies, take them under his wing, train them. This is before he even started training his son to become a professional wrestler. And he formed the Technicos. That was the original name of the tag team as well. Eventually, when they sort of graduated from Matt's tutelage, when Matt retired temporarily, they took the name The New Plastics in honor of Matt Plastic. As Blaster McMassive, also known as Mr. Thomas of the Bamaye Fight Club in MLW, assuming he hasn't left the promotion, because everybody leaves that promotion after about a week and a half. But look at this, an effortless vertical suplex, while he knows there's another man in the ring with him. Oh, here we go, the full Nelson, going for a submission wrestling hold here, but Blaster able to break it. Not just with raw power, a good bit of skill as well. Over the top rope, down to the floor goes both of the new classics, as the Technico trio is in trouble here. Face first, or mask first, I should say, into the top turnbuckle. The enemy turnbuckle goes Matt Classic. Collar and elbow tie-up, trying to escape there, but he gets introduced right back to the turnbuckle before being thrown away like a piece of garbage. Lateral press, and doesn't even bother with a cover. He saw the Suplex Master was right there, tries to shoot the half, go for another one, turning the head to make it harder to kick out. Unfortunately, no hook of the leg there. Again, a shimmer, an inkling of technical sophistication by Blaster McMassive, as Max Smashmaster retakes control, and no style, no finesse, just raw power from 1/3 of the former Kings of Trios. Max Smashmaster. Let me take a look at the win-loss records here. Max Smashmaster, looking for his first official win in AWL competition. Ever since they showed up here earlier this season, The Devastation Corporation, they've been hitmen. They've been bullies. They've been trying to force their way into the division by attacking everyone and everything that the Animated Wrestling League holds dear. And then we thought we saw them all. We thought that the trio of the AWL Grand Champion, Black Tiger Justice, and House Classic, Matt Classic and his son, saw these guys out of here. Just showed them the door. But no, they get this contract with Thug Life Tanaka Kenichi, and through his AWL contract, they're able to come back in here. The AWL commissioner not happy about it, and I don't blame him, but those are league regulations. Managerial contracts get you in the door here. And look at this, with absolutely no effort, the jackknife powerbomb by Blaster McMastives. As we're only about a third of the way through the time limit in this 15-minute non-title, because we don't have trios titles, non-title match. Good kick out by the MMA artist. Or the MMA practitioner, mixed martial arts artist, since this is redundant. Good follow through on that strike. Belly to no. Elbow to the head. That's completely legal in professional wrestling. Referee might have something to say about that in MMA. In comes the suplex guy, the suplex master, Sammy Nix. 3 Season 0 originals on the Technico trio. We don't have a lot of Season 0 originals left in the AWL. The tag is made. In comes Flex Rumble Crunch. I love saying that name. Is it weird that I trill the R on Flex Rumble Crunch? Probably is, but I like it anyway. And going for the three-headed monster, the Chimera Plex. That's the move that won Sammy Nix the AWL New Year's Tournament, the Oshogatsu Taikai, back in 2017. Matt Classic, who won the tournament in 2012, looking for a final victory here. With the aeroplane spin, you think a bunch of throwbacks to the throwbacks of the Devastation Corporation feeling a throwback from a throwback. If you remember the throwbacks team back in Chikara. Into the cover for the one, broken up immediately by Max Smashmaster. That's why we have the longer time limit on tag team matches and trios matches, because you're going to get these breakups. The airplane spin of Matt Classic specifically, that's a match ender. Flex Rumble Crunch, you notice, is only now getting up. That would have been the end, and look at this, the side headlock. Again, Matt Classic can end matches with holds like that. He has in the past. The tag is made, a desperation tag. I don't think Flex quite realized it, though he does now. Oh! Big Uranagi, and just throws Matt around like he weighs absolutely nothing, picks him up like a small child. Do not do that to a small child. It's child abuse. Matt rolls to the outside on the hostile side of the ring. Tag made to Blaster McMassive. If Flex Rumble Crunch keeps looking to the outside to see what, if anything, Matt Classic is going to do. Few too many guys with names that start with M around here. Elbow drop right to the sternum. And there we go. He's got no crucifix. Cannot hold him for a bridge. The tag made to the mixed martial artist, the technical wizard, probably the best tag team guy in the AWL as an individual. He's held tag team titles with 3 different tag teams, and I believe he's held tag team titles with more often than anyone else in the history of the AWL. In all of league history. Oh, look at elevated powerbomb. Elevating his game with a more traditional pro wrestling move. Kick to the midsection. We've seen him do this. He likes the vertical suplex into the rear naked choke. One of the most deadly maneuvers in all of mixed martial arts. But you don't exactly have tag teams to break things up in MMA, do ya? And he's going to go for it again. A very quick rear naked on the illegal fighter. And then he realizes who he's on, who he's got. He needs to focus on the guy. There, into the mount position, a little ground and pound action. As Blaster McMassive is intelligently defending himself, so the referee's not going to call anything there. And now, look at this submission opportunity. The Disaster Lock. Back to his original tag team, the Masters of Disaster, with his brother, who has long since retired from the Mat Wars. Into the cover here. And Max Smashmaster has to save the match for the Devastation Corporation twice in almost as many seconds. Oof. And for a guy that big, those kind of falls, those really hurt, especially if they're uncontrolled like that. In about 9.5 minutes, these teams have been wrestling. Hard strike, trying to take away the arm, trying to take away that swinging side slam, and the power bombs of Blaster McMassive. The tag was made. The Suplex Master, once again, your legal combatant. I wish we could have trios titles.
10 minutes of the lap. 5 remain.
The wrestlers can hear those time calls as well as you and I can, and hopefully better. Well, the hard shot in the back, and up and down! The back suplex with a little bit of extra oomph, and look at that! Grabs him for the gut wrench on the super heavyweight. Good! Oh my god, he threw him! That wasn't just a suplex, that was a toss! Incredible. I can't believe I've said it all. I can't believe I haven't said it all match. Pound for pound, the strongest man in the Animated Wrestling League, I have said for years, I will continue to say, is the Suplex Master, Sammy Nix. That's why he's got 89 wins in his AWL career, and a lot of them in the tag team division. And there's that side sign I was talking about. Lackadaisical cover, way too close to the enemy corner, with 4 minutes on the clock. Back elbow into a spear. Oh no, wait, he countered it. He made himself water, he made himself paper, and converted that into a DDT, a loose DDT, but a DDT nonetheless. And I believe, was that a tag mate? Yes, it was, and there's the classic claw, and Matt Classic is legal. Matt Classic is the legal man. Matt Classic with classic claw, the submission hold, holding it off and fighting it off and fighting off the defense. The referee calls it, and yes, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the win by submission, despite the defense by Black Rumble Crunch. Could not break the grip of Matt Classic, the Grand Slam champion of the Animated Wrestling League. Unbelievable technical wrestling from the Technicos, and they defeat the brutish, bullish bullies of the Devastation Corporation.
Here are your winners, the Technicos.
Fantastic. And Thug Life Tanaka Kenichi with no return on his investment. And we will be seeing Tanaka Kenichi, of course, in Botsumania once again this season. We've got a hole in the AWL Best 4 for the Joshi division. Let's have a battle royal. Why the hell not?
The following contest is an over-the-top rope battle royale, and it is a fight for 4. Introducing first, making her way to the ring, from Veracruz, Mexico, the Knockout Queen, Lupe Peligro.
Lupe Peligro is a 3-time AWL Joshi champion. She was the 9th, 11th, and 13th AWL Joshi champion, twice defeating Akira Marine to pick up the belt.
Introducing next, making her way to the ring from the Unified School of the Tiger style, Spring Tiger.
Both Spring Tiger and Dragoness will be competing in this match despite already having wrestled tonight. They volunteered for that. They realized that Joshi Championship matches, they don't come around every day. So the opportunity to get into the Best 4, the opportunity to get into the conversation, they signed up, even though it meant double duty. That's the caliber of athlete that we cultivate here in the Animated Wrestling League. Spring Tiger will be looking to become Joshi champion for the very first time if she survives this battle royal.
Introducing next, making her way from Mexico City, Mexico, the jewel of Lucha Libre, Joya!
Joya, despite having had a not horrifically good season, is a former Joshi champion. One-time Joshi champion, she was the 7th Joshi champion of the Animated Wrestling League. And she managed 3 successful title defenses before losing it to Neko Musume. Of note, Joya defeated the current reigning champion, Jessica Kid, in her first title defense to win the belt.
Introducing next, making her way to the ring, from La Inframundo, the Firestorm of Lucha Libre, Tormenta del Fuego.
The Firestorm has never held the AWL Joshi Championship, but notice the continuity of music. We've got 2 tag team partners on opposite sides in this Battle Royal, where it is every woman for herself. Will they team up until they're the last 2, or will they try to take each other out first as the greatest possible threat? It remains to be seen, but it's rare we get to see Tormenta del Fuego making her individual ring entrance.
Introducing next, making her way to the ring from the GTA, the daughter of the dragon, Dragoness!
Dragoness was the 3rd AWL Joshi champion, again managing 3 successful title defenses. And she was also part of the 4-way ladder match at the Golden War 2018 to crown the initial champion, which meant that she had obtained significant victories leading up to that. And now, the Dragonfire illuminates the arena as it was in days gone by. And hopefully the Dragonfire will regain its original form very, very soon. Oh yeah, she's here too.
And finally, introducing, making her win the ring, from the 7 Seas, Kaizokurojo, the Pirate Queen, Kairi!
The first and former IWGP Women's Champion, undefeated in Animated Wrestling League action, and looking to bounce back from a hard but well-fought loss to Mercedes Moné at Battle in the Valley for New Japan Pro Wrestling. She's of course held pretty much every title there is to hold in Stardom. And looking to make a mark here in the Animated Wrestling League. New frontiers, new horizons for the Pirate Queen. It's over the top rope, no time limit, anything goes. Bang the gong, we are on. And already we're seeing tag teams fighting each other with Dragoness and Spring Tiger in the background as Kairi with an Alabama Slammer to the Tormenta del Fuego, the Firestorm, as Lupe Peligro and Joya, 2 luchadoras working off on the side there. Interestingly enough, we've got 3 luchadors and we've got 3 Japanese-trained pro-wrestler Joshi competitors. So we're going to see 2 major styles of professional wrestling in this match. And as it is said, styles make matches. So it's going to be Lucha Libre versus Strong style. And 2 of the luchadoras trying to take each other out in the near left-hand corner. Lupe Peligro saving the match for herself. The Knockout Queen going to be at a disadvantage. You can't knock somebody out in a battle royal. In fact, if you do, that just makes them dead weight and harder to get over the top rope. And Joya looking for something bigger. She's calling for Hitabito no Moon Sabuto. Oh! Shades of the Rock, believe it or not. T-H-E-R-O-C, the AWL Rock. But unsuccessful as Lupe Peligro getting the knees up. And there's that knockout kick we've come to expect. As Kairi coming over to make things more interesting. Kairi with a dragon screw leg whip. And going up and down, the tag team partners finally turning on each other. There are no alliances in this over-the-top rope battle royal, not with a shot at the Joshi Championship. The rankings that do not reset between seasons. And there goes Tormento del Fuego. Tormento del Fuego is out. Joya, that's not going to count as a victory. You're not picking up wins like you would in a multi-fall elimination match. That's why there's no announcement there. But that is an elimination. We are down to 5. The Tiger Suplex countered by stepping on her foot. No disqualifications in the Battle Royal, but there are still some dirty moves. And here we go, the Knockout Queen and the Pirate Queen. And the Pirate takes the win in that situation. We're down to 4. Lupe Peligro is out, and it will be highly unlikely to get another shot at the Joshi Championship this season. Going up, oh! Modified Ushikoroshi face first by Joya, who slides into the German suplex and a melee kick as Dragoness comes off the ropes with Kairi. Dragoness, Kairi's only a former opponent in the AWL, and Kairi picking up the victory over the daughter of the Dragoness, the daughter of the Dragon. Irish whip into the corner. That'd be cool if Dragoness' own daughter would have competed in the AWL someday. Real family business. Tiger and Dragon, those two train together, they know each other. As Kairi looking to eliminate the Duel of Lucha Libre, the 7th Joshi champion, and she is out. So right now Dragoness, the only former Joshi champion, and she hasn't held it in years. Back, a couple of strikes here. Kairi standing back, letting her opponents do the damage to each other. Good. It may not be the most straightforward, but she's a pirate. You think she's going to obey the rules? Kairi going up, looking for another body slam, another toss over the top, and she gets it. It's Kairi and Dragoness. We are back to Kairi's first match in the AWL, the Alabama Slam, Connect. As Kairi is going to be looking for the anchor. Well, she's going to be looking for the 7 C's. And the 7 C's would be incredibly dangerous in a situation like this. She's going to go back to that Alabama Slam. And hits it up, and now building up building a deathlock. If that doesn't get there's no submissions here, but that would still do a lot of damage to the legs, and if you can't stand, you can't fight. Kairi going up, she is thinking 7 C's, and she hits it from all the way across the ring. That had to be a 15-foot jump. Jesus, Marian Joseph, how did she do that? The Pirate Queen showing her majesty and winning the Battle Royal. That is a Joshi Championship match I cannot wait to see. Kairi with look at that! Easily 3/4 of the way across that 20 by 20 foot ring, and then just picks her up and tosses her out. Unbelievable.
Here's your winner, Kairi!
The Pirate Queen, Kaizoku no Ojo, is in the AWL Best 4, and there you see it. Usa-chan, Yang, Yin, and Kairi. An awesome foursome if ever there was one. As Kairi takes a well-deserved victory lap, we're getting ready for not 1 but 2 tag team title matches to finish off the show this week. While scheduling conflicts with Willow Nightingale's AEW duties have made Joshi Championship defenses a little rare this season, the schedule is picking up as we get closer to the season finale, and there are more teams coming down the chute.
Mr. Knockout is finally this for the Young Wrestling League Joshi Team Champion. Introducing first the challenger, into their winning ring of the Road to the Golden Path and from Pennsylvania, accompanied by Hercules, tag team combination of Technicos and together they are Old Strong Surreal.
As much as I personally hate the words double main event, I could almost, not quite, not actually, almost justify it here and now. One of the best tag teams in the Joshi division, the AWL Wild Thing and Neko Musume, the cat daughter, and the lethal lycanthrope, might be able to put together a significant challenge to the reigning Joshi Tag Team Champions. Viva Monster Union, as it is said. Monster Union, former AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions, two-time Joshi Tag Team Champions, the 6th and the 10th team to hold that title. Unfortunately, between two reigns, they only have one successful title defense. They last won the belts at Champions Week last season and lost them to the Bird and the Bee. So this is a rematch of the match that won the titles for the final ever Campeonas de Parejas. Huge championship rematch, nearly a whole season later.
And their opponents, they are the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Champions. Tonight, making their third title defense, the tag team combination of Solo Darling and Willow Nightingale. Together they are the Bird and the Bee.
The Bird and the Bee won the belts at AWL Strong and Free episode 20. It was our season finale last season. They've held titles ever since, and they are some of the best in professional wrestling. Why Solo Darling isn't working in AEW right now, I don't know. Their women's division, could use the boost in my opinion.
This is an officially sanctioned Joshi Tag Team Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League. AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL official Louis Moncanouche in charge.
When we take the championship belts from the champions, they must once again earn the right to call themselves the best women's tag team in professional wrestling. And I have no doubt of their ability to do so. Willow Nightingale 7-5 in the AWL, Solo Darling 9-10. Starting off against Neko Musume, who's 26-29. Wild Thing 22-29. So most of these teams on the negative side of the roster, but the experience advantage in the AWL goes to the challengers. The experience advantage overall, I believe, goes to the champions. And of course, Willow Nightingale has been facing high-caliber opponents in All Elite Wrestling for the last couple of years. How long has it been since she became All Elite? I don't know. It's been a while, at least a year, when she was making appearances for them. Before that, beautiful takedown by the champion. Beautiful woman, as a matter of fact. The tag is made. And only about exactly 45 seconds in, collar and elbow tie up, Irish whip into the neutral corner. Oh, that's interesting. Very, very early to be using some relatively dirty tactics, not disqualification worthy, of course. Dragon screw leg whip by Neko Musume, the cat daughter. Our professional wrestling cat girl, because why the heck not? And once again, the same technique, but this time in Neko Musume's own friendly corner. Absconding with the opportunity for a tag Kogeki, and oh! Building up some momentum for that kick, and makes the tag to Wild Thing, and Solo Darling might be out cold. Stomps away here. Oh, that's weird. Why'd they make the tag there? I mean, I get it, tag each other in and out, keep each other fresh, but... Oh, that was a flying head scissors by Solo Darling, Bottom ropes, went for a splash, didn't realize Nekomusume had already moved. The cat-like speed, agility, body control, and reflexes of Nekomusume saving her in that instance. And now some grounded strikes against the Joshi Tag Team Champion. The 11th AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions, the Bird and the Bee. Couple of hard shots in the corner. Let's take a look at the records here. Looking at the AWL Joshi Tag Team Championship, the record is only 4 title defenses. That was successfully done by the Queens of Wrestling, Dragoness and Akira Merime, and that was back. They were the first ever AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions. Since then, no team other than the Bird and the Bee have managed more than 2 title defenses. So this is a competitive division. And the Bird and the Bee looking very closely at setting the record for tag team title defenses here in the Animated Wrestling League. And that is a record that we keep. We don't really care how long you've held the title. It doesn't matter to us. It matters how many times you've defended it. It matters how many times you've won it, quite frankly. Because that shows consistency. And consistency is the hallmark of a quality champion. Ugh. Nobody ever talks about Dean Ambrose and his reign with the WWE United States Championship. He had an enormously long title reign, just never defended the damn thing. That's the type of thing we try to avoid here in the AWL with our statistics. Now on the outside, as we've already seen tonight, you can still get a knockout victory, and the title does change hands by knockout. As Willow Nightingale with a Superwoman punch to Nekomusume, breaking that hold. And of course the champion's advantage on a countout. Titles remain with the champions. That would be a 3rd successful title defense. Drop kick by Nekomusume to the illegal combatant. Your legal fighters right now are Solo Darling on the outside. Nekomusume going from the ring to the outside right now. That will reset the count at 1. Plenty of time. We've put 30 minutes on the clock in these championship matches for a reason. That's to avoid the possibility of a time limit draw. In which case, again, the title would remain with the champions and be considered defended. So since we moved to a 30-minute time limit, it was originally 20, we've never had a time limit draw in a championship match in the AWL.
5 minutes have elapsed. 25 remain.
And as hard as these wrestlers fight, the pace that they go, as competitive as they are, I don't think we ever will. But it's good to know that. It's good to have that sense of urgency. That's why you have to have time limits in professional wrestling, in my opinion. Pick up, hard slap, open palm strike, right to the face, and a kneeling backbreaker. She goes down on that. And in the ring, that would put you in a very good position to make a cover, so that's actually a good technique, just not in this location. Knee strike escape by Nekomusume. Referees count up to 6 of 20. Solo Darling biting her tongue, catching her breath. Now wait a minute, the manipulator. The manipulator getting a solo bulldog. As Nekomusume has returned to the ring, the referee will continue the count. Or he should continue the count. Gets up to 9, but Nekomusume goes back out to defend her manager. The mysterious witch that brought together these monsters, these demons, these yokai from around the multiverse to create the Monster Union. A team that has seen great success in the tag team division. Both the male and female monsters of Monster Union have held tag team gold here in the AWL. A couple of contenders titles as well. As Neko Musume landing perfectly, even if she didn't quite hit her target. 23 minutes remaining, plenty of time. And of course, the longer the match goes, fatigue becomes a factor. Professional wrestling, the most cardiovascularly intensive sport on the planet Earth. Heartbeats are racing, pulses are climbing. And the body will eventually give out if it's put through that kind of punishment for that long. Referees count up to 11 of 20, remember. The Cat Girl returns to the ring, and once again, Solo Darling taking out the manager, maybe thinking that she's the brains of the outfit. And that's true. We've often heard the manipulator giving advice, giving information to the monsters. Some would say controlling them. But Neko Musume comes out, does the damage, going after the thigh muscles, going after the quadriceps as well, of Solo Darling after that hammerlock powerbomb. Referee stops the count, seeing both women getting back in the ring. And now a little less evenly matched size and power-wise as Willow Nightingale comes in. That's what's great about these tag teams. They're both very similar, and that you've got a smaller, more athletic, well, a more scientific competitor, and you've got the bigger powerhouse on both sides. And now it's powerhouse on powerhouse as Wild Thing and Willow Nightingale, your legal combatants, with 21.5 minutes left on that 30-minute time limit. Ooh, a canine headbutt, a canine charge there. As we're looking for a cover, and this is for the tag team titles. 1, 2, and this is only our first of 2 tag team championship matches tonight. We still have Ganba's Shadows defending the male tag team titles, the men's titles, up against not Monster Union. That would have been an interesting bookend. But up against the Augments. We saw the female Augments successful earlier tonight in their match with the Dragoness and Spring Tiger. Well, the male Augments claim tag team gold tonight, as Dr. Jigoku has already promised. Gut wrench powerbomb by Willow. Broken up before the referee can even get into position to make the count. And there's a Kamigoye move becoming a lot more popular here in Japan. Now that I believe the Gold Star Kota Ibushi is a free agent. Couple of knees right to the face, going up, going down, knee spike. Take out one of the back paws of Neko Musume. Doesn't seem to have done too much damage though. The AWL mandatory knee pads under those stockings of hers. Well, look at that ministerial release suplex.
10 minutes have elapsed. 20 remain.
Neko Musume looking for one of her signature maneuvers, the perfect landing. Cats always land on their feet, even if their feet are going right to your head. 1, 2, Stolo having to save the day. Cat Scratch Fever, swing and a miss against Stolo Darling. Dragon Screw not so much of a problem. Notice how Willow Nightingale still down and out. That was one of the most necessary saves I've seen in a while. But now Willow back to fighting shape. But the damage is going to be done. You don't get a boot to the head. Oh, wait a minute, looking for the pound! Period. I can't get my voice high enough to try that again. Pound! Period. Well, 1, 2, and now it's Wild Thing has got to come in and save the day. All 4 women in the ring. The referee's got to get some kind of control over this. Reversal of fortune as Wild Thing getting the disqualification count 2. Solo Darling desperate for a tag here after that much damage. And Neko Musume letting it happen, thinking maybe she got a better shot. With her claws and a code breaker. Well, never mind. The tag made, and we've got Powerhouse versus Technical. And then Scientist one more time. Solo Darling looking for that solo bulldog of hers. Up, down. Trying to find a good good position here. Gets back to the graps. Gets back to the collar and elbow. Up, and the Hurricane Rana. Doesn't bother going for a cover that close to the ropes. That's smart. And wait a minute, never wake up! Not as powerful as when charged by the dark forces of Naz Muldoon. But still a move that needs to be broken up in order to save it. And Solo Darling fighting off 2-on-1 here. Remember, Monster Union looking for revenge. They lost the tag team titles to these women. As Wild Thing howling at the moon before she goes after her prey. And look at this, just tearing away at the shoulder muscles, tearing away at the trapezius muscles of Solo Darling on the outside. Nothing the referee can do about that other than continue the count. As we've only got 17 minutes left. We may not get to the men's tag team match. If this goes the distance, we're already past our usual 1-hour broadcast window. We're going to try and get you both title matches tonight. Spinning slam by the Lethal Lycanthrope out on the concrete. They're out very near the concrete. And again, those mats are more for aesthetics than they are for protection. They're there to prevent abrasions, not impact. There's that nice neck breaker by Solo Darling, trying to get her opponent down, maybe as a setup for the Sharp Stinger. Moving to the legs. Oh, nice heel hold there. Nice toe hold as Willow Nightingale not seeing the danger. Oh, Lycanthropomb counter to a sunset flip. The shoulders are down. At least 1.5 there. 16 minutes remain. Solo. Blowout. Looking for the Sharp Stinger as Neko Musume is occupied with Willow Nightingale outside. And there's the Sharp Stinger. The Sharp Stinger locked in. She doesn't have it on particularly tight. She needs to lean back on that. There she goes. No! The raw leg power of the werewolf doing the damage. And you can see spaghetti legs for Solo Darling. Hisatsuwaza. Lycanthropomb! But sheer dumb luck of ring positioning, saving Willow Nightingale. The canine charge. Willow is barely hanging on. She's got to find a way to get to the corner. She's got to find a way to tag in Willow Nightingale, who is back in position, as is
15 minutes have elapsed. 15 remain.
We are halfway through the time limit. And as much as it looked for a minute like this could go the distance, multiple headbutts is going to be a fine for the headbutt, but we can't stop. It's impossible to stop Wild Thing from doing anything for a second time. Lycanthropomb! And slightly further away from the ropes. 1, 2, and no! Willow comes in, so does Neko Musume. This is tag team wrestling, and that is the guts and the heart and the grit and the fighting spirit, the Kokan of Solo Darling. And once again, the referee calls for the rope break correctly. As the two legal women still in the ring. But the titles are on the line. Willow Nightingale has to watch what's going on inside the squared circle. Solo Darling trying to get to the hind legs of her opponent, going back to that Sharp Stinger. Her signature submission maneuver, she's got it. The Sharp Stinger locked in. And there she sits back on it. She's got it in perfectly. And out of nowhere, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, Solo Darling picks up the win for the Bird and the Bee. Third title defense. One shy of the all-time record.
Here are your winners, and still Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Champions, the Bird and the Bee.
The adrenaline flowing through the veins of Solo Darling and Willow Nightingale at this moment. as they take back their tag team titles. They disprove the old adage, there's no twerking in wrestling, but they're going to be sore tomorrow. But maybe not as sore as Nekomusume, Wild Thing, and the Manipulator realizing they've blown the chance at redemption. Main event, and I hope they just kill each other.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, one submission, or a knockout to decide the winner. And it is your main event of the evening for the AWL Wrestling League World's Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers, making their way to the ring from the laboratory, accompanied by their creator, Dr. Jigoku, the tag team combination of Project 3.0 and Jigoku Destroy. Together they are the Augments.
This combination of the Augments stable have never held titles together. However, both of them have held them separately. Project Tetsu 3.0 alongside his former tag team partner, the Jack Breakdown Butcher, Project Z, and actually Jigoku Destroy has held the titles with Jack Butcher as well, the late Jack Butcher, back in the days of Crisis Gundam. If Jigoku Destroy wins this match, he will join a select group of individuals who have held the tag team titles with 3 separate tag team partners. Active in the AWL, only Lee Masters and Hassan can make that claim. But they have to face something that Dr. Jigoku's mad science, perhaps, cannot account for. Ganba Shadows won the titles over at AWL Hontai, ending the 10 title defense record-breaking reign of the Tiger Brothers at AWL 382.
And the power.
Oh, shut up.
You're winning.
Did somebody turn that down?
They are the reigning and defended Animated Wrestling League Tag Team Champions from the Shadows. They are Ganba Shadows.
They've already made 3 successful title defenses. Tonight could very well be their 4th. As we see the oldest active championship in the Animated Wrestling League being defended in the main event of AWL Strong and Free.
This is an officially sanctioned World's Tag Team Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League, AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL official Marcus Havgarush in charge.
Ganba's Shadow as a unit, as they have no individual souls, they have no individual win-loss records. 21-13 in the AWL, whereas the Augments, 2 of the top wrestlers in this entire company. Jigoku Destroy, one of the few members, very few members, of the 100 Win Club. Going into this match, he has 125 wins, 68 losses. Project Tetsu, on the other hand, 85 wins, 56 losses. That puts them both at the very top of the win-loss rankings in singles. As individuals, I should say. The Ganba Shadows with the power of Ganbakishi Dark behind them. A dark force ever growing in potency here in the Animated Wrestling League. Ooh, drop down. Collar and elbow over the top rope down to the floor. And Ganba Shadows, please note that they are missing the Demon Issei. Wait a minute, going out near Dr. Jigoku now, and Jigoku about to take some punishment. brainbuster. I absolutely love that. Normally I would complain, don't take your eye off the ball, focus on the people you're fighting, but frankly, I just want to see these people get hurt. Well, I want to see these people get beat up, at least. I never want to see permanent injury to a wrestler, you never want to see that. But, honestly, Jigoku Destroy getting a headlock takedown, that's cool. I'm okay with that. That makes me happy on the inside. This guy's been terrorizing the Animated Wrestling League for years, and Augments have come and gone and been defeated. The Duray Core is no more. His monsters keep malfunctioning. He keeps getting sick of them. He keeps throwing them away. But we just can't get rid of him. We cannot get rid of the mad scientist, a professional wrestler. Good collar and elbow, and takedown reversed into a German suplex out on the side. Pick him up, put him down, make it hurt. Jigoku Destroy, formerly H03 of the Duray Core, formerly Hakaisha, the AWL Commissioner's personal enforcer, and before that a member of Yarina Talent Management Incorporated back in the days of Crisis Gunda. Going to say a tag? No tag made there. Going for that execution drop kick, the Scythe of a Reaper. Hard shots, collar and elbow, vertical suplex. Oh, twisting vertical drop brainbuster into the cover. The title is very nearly retained in under 3 minutes. Ganba Shadows, the 38th AWL World's Tag Team Champions. The No Augment team has held the titles since AWL 330, which was Champions Week season ago. And what do we have here looking up? Here's looking at you, kid. I don't even think these Shadow Beasts, these simulacra of Ganba Hishidari, I don't think they even have eyeballs. Like Bendy and the Ink Machine meets Ico Pro steroids. Akama no Tsubasa countered by Jigoku Destroy. Oh! Tosses him all the way across the ring with that German suplex. I may not like them, but I can be impressed with the technique and the skill, the humanity, what's left of the human man that was Jigoku Destroy. A championship-level wrestler, if ever I saw one. As a matter of fact, Jigoku Destroy, throughout his various identities over the years, is a Grand Slam champion in the AWL, so there is actually 3 of them, believe it or not. Tag is made from shadow to shadow. Project Tetsu, a former Grand Champion, former World's Tag Team Champion, getting spiked right on his helmet. Or if that is his head, I don't exactly know. More machine than man, if ever. I believe he was once human, I just don't know who he was. The tag is made to the Grand Slam champion. Yeah, he's held the AWL Grand Championship. He's held the World Tag Team Championship multiple times. He's been the Oshogatsu Taikai winner, and in winning the first ever Canadian National Championship, he held the Contenders title. So yeah, that is
5 minutes left. 25 remain.
That is the Grand Slam champions. That means that Matt Classic was the first, Jigoku Destroy was the second, Hassan was the third Grand Slam champion. Cover for the one, as I've just rewritten AWL history because I realized I got it wrong the first time. Christ. This is getting away from me. A lot of the stats here are getting away from me. Wrestling is great because continuity. Dr. Jigoku watches his oldest augment fall to the floor like nothing. Meanwhile, his favorite augment is getting pummeled in the ring after an excellent counter by one of the shadows. Large shot, looking for a dominant position, maybe looking for that twisting vertical drop. Great, no, a simple vertical suplex this time. Swing and a miss with the elbow. Jigoku destroyed back on his feet, and he's looking for the finisher. He's looking for the Tatsumaki. He Satsuwaza. Tatsumaki! 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 Tatsumaki for the 1, 2, new champion! Not yet. That is indeed tag team wrestling, going for a second time. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Tatsumaki! The Tatsumaki got out of it once. 1, 2. Oh, down goes the other shadow. We have new tag team champion. New tag team champions off of the Tatsumaki. Boom. The first one he escaped. The second one ended the bout. Right there.
Here are your winners, and the new Animated Wrestling League World's Tag Team Champions, the Augments.
Well, that sucks. これで決まりだ。